I sat through an entire family dinner while my boyfriend's mother called me a gold digger in Greek, never once guessing I understood every syllable. Daniel and I had been together a year when he finally asked me to come to his grandmother's name day dinner. He'd been nervous about it for weeks. My family's loud, he warned me in the car, both hands tight on the wheel, and they switch to Greek when they don't want outsiders to follow. Just smile through it, okay? They warm up eventually. I nodded and squeezed his knee. What he didn't know, what I'd never gotten around to telling him, was that I spent 3 years in Thessaloniki after college, teaching English and falling asleep every night to my landlady's radio. I speak Greek almost as well as I speak English. People look at my freckles and my flat American vowels and assume I can barely order a coffee. Most of the time I let them. The Petrakis' house smelled like roasting lamb and oregano. Ants I'd never met kissed both my cheeks. Daniel's mother, Sophia, gave me a thin smile and a glass of wine. "Welcome," she said in slow, careful English. Then she turned to her sister and added in Greek, "Look at her, she's already counting the silver." I kept my smile exactly where it was. For the next hour they carved me up between courses. English to my face, Greek behind it. "She doesn't even know what spanakopita is," the aunt whispered, watching me eat. "American girls have no shame," the grandmother, Yaya Eleni, said softly. "In my day, a girl brought something to the house. This one brings only an appetite." "Daniel works so hard," Sophia murmured, refilling my plate with a hostess's smile. "And she'll spend it all. You can see it." Each comment landed like a small stone. I gripped my fork and stayed quiet. "Be gracious. Don't make a scene." Daniel kept trying to pull me into the conversation, switching to English, looking more frustrated each time the table drifted back into Greek and shut me out. Then Sophia leaned toward her sister, glanced at me, and lowered her voice. "He could have married a good Greek girl. Instead, he brings home this one who'll leave him the moment something better comes along. He's throwing his life away." My jaw tightened. They'd insulted my manners, my appetite, my country. I'd swallowed all of it. But sitting there listening to a woman decide that the man I loved was wasting his life on me, that lit something in my chest. I was still deciding what to do when Yaya Eleni made a sound. Not a word. A wet, panicked gasp. Her hand flew to her throat. Her eyes went huge. A piece of lamb. Nobody moved. They just stared, frozen. I didn't think. I was out of my chair and behind her before the fork hit the floor. "Siko Yaya Sakratao," I said. "Stand up, Yaya, I've got you." And I pulled her up and drove my fists under her ribs. Once, twice. The third time the piece flew loose and she dragged in a long, ragged, beautiful breath. The room had gone completely silent. 15 people staring at me like the dead had spoken. I eased Eleni back into her chair, rubbing slow circles on her back, murmuring to her in Greek the whole time that she was safe, that I had her, to breathe slow. She gripped my hand and looked up at me with tears running into the lines of her face. I straightened up and looked directly at Sophia. "Takatalava Ola," I said. I understood everything. The color drained from her face. "I understood when you called me a thief. I understood when you said I had no shame, that I brought nothing to this house." My voice stayed level. "I let it go. But then you called Daniel a fool for loving me. That's the part I won't forget." Nobody breathed. Daniel was staring at me like he'd never seen me before. "I lived in Thessaloniki for 3 years," I said quietly, "near Aristoteles Square. I know exactly what spanakopita is." Eleni still hadn't let go of my hand. "Horitsimu," she whispered. "My girl." I kissed the top of her head, picked up my bag, and squeezed Daniel's shoulder. "I think your family has things to talk about," I said. "I'll see you at home." Sophia called the next morning. She asked me to come back Sunday. Yaya refused to make her name day pita again unless I was there to help roll the dough. I told her I'd come, on one condition: we'd be speaking Greek.